from Vanderbilt University. And, of course, Dr. Baldwin, let's pick up where we left off during that first segment. And I think that you outlined about 4 areas in which you believe Dr. Martin Luther King's prayer life played a significant part in his overall ministry.
That's right.
And so let's talk about those 4 areas for our audience this morning.
First of all, to talk about prayer as the foundation of Dr. King's personal devotional life, Dr. King believed very much in private prayer. He had a life of private prayer. He would retreat to his pastor's study, and sometimes, of course, he would rent a hotel room, and he would retreat in what was called a personal prayer retreat. And he would have a self-imposed day of silence where we would actually pray and meditate and engage in a rigorous discipline of think time. So I think we have to see prayer as the foundation of his personal devotional life. The second point is that we have to see prayer as a part of his sermonic preparation and preaching. That is, before he prepared his sermons for delivery on Sunday mornings, he prayed. He prayed during the preparation of the sermons. He prayed at the beginnings of sermons, at the endings of sermons. So prayer was very much a vital part of his sermon preparation and delivery. And also, point 3, I think, is important also. Dr. King utilized prayer in his service and caring function as a pastor. That is, he frequently prayed with people, people who were sick, people who were bereaved, people who were dealing with all kinds of personal problems and family issues. He made a habit as a pastor at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery and also at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta of praying with people. And he understood that to be one of the most important functions of a pastor. And the 4th point I've tried to make is that Dr. King employed prayer, or the discipline of prayer, I should say, as a form of creative energy. That is a way of inspiring, motivating, affirming, reaffirming, and indeed empowering people in the context of the struggle for equal rights, social justice, human dignity, and peace.
You know, in your study, I think you said that you've worked some 20-odd years.
Yes.
Try to bring this book to fruition.
That's right.
Why don't you give us some steps in terms of, I mean, when did the idea first come to you, and how did it evolve within the context of you writing many other books as this book was evolving? Talk about it from that point.
Well, I published my first article on Dr. King, I think, in 1984, and that article looked at the, really explored the cultural roots of his religion and his theology. At that particular point, I began to collect Dr. King's prayers, 1984, so that's been about 26 years now. And I started thinking more seriously about his spirituality, because I think in order to understand Dr. King as a social activist or as a civil rights leader, you have to understand his spirituality, because connection between spirituality and social transformation. That is, in order to be a social reformer, a person who brings about